Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka after I saw. I know I'm in the same review when I first started making videos on this phone, but I'm visiting my dad. So yeah, I literally just saw this movie, so I figured I might as well just get it out of the way first. This time I'm going to be reviewing The Equalizer 3. Denzel Washington returns as Robert McCall. I can correct it right here, so yeah, it doesn't matter. But anyways, he comes back for a third adventure, and from here he's visiting this town and he makes a new friend, and from there he also makes enemies, and one of which involves two brothers, and one of them, of course, you know, wants him dead pretty much. And it's very basic, but when it comes to the Equalizer films, they're directed by Antoine Fuqua, who has a mixed reception. I mean, critics aren't really too nice to him in terms of his filmography. I mean, they definitely do have their fans, but I feel like audiences like his movies more than critics do. I actually haven't seen the first two Equalizer films before. I never watched them when they came out just because of the mixed reception, but since this was going to be coming out and it was supposedly the conclusion, and since I see a lot of big films that come out, I figured I should just watch the first two films, and I did watch the first two films. They're pretty good. They're not masterpieces by any means necessary, but they can be entertaining. This, I think, is by far the best out of the three. This definitely managed to end it off with a bang. Denzel Washington is great in these movies, and they focus a lot on him. Sometimes the pacing, though, when it cuts to other characters, specifically villains that are just, you know, there because every action movie needs to have a villain, though I feel like the second movie has the best villain, played by Pedro Pascal. This is by far the shortest out of all of them. It's only an hour and 49 minutes long, so that's a reasonable runtime. And the movie is quite brutal, probably the most brutal in terms of these movies. Like, the opening was just super disturbing, and this movie Denzel just goes all out here, though he doesn't go like full John Wick style, like he's not always like holding a gun. Like, sometimes he'll take out enemies in a very brutal way, and he definitely goes all out here. Though, don't expect this to be like a full flat-out John Wick style film. Like, the first movie actually came out the same year as the first John Wick did. I'm not sure, I can't remember which came out before. It might have been Equalizer, but I don't know, I could be wrong. Just, you know, if you want to correct me down in the comments, you can if you want. Yeah, these movies definitely aren't as well paced, as they are quite story driven, and it does focus a lot on characters. Other ones besides Denzel Washington. Dakota Fanning is also in the movie. She's also pretty good in the film. They have worked on a movie together before. There are a lot of, you know, actors that have worked together in the previous events who have reunited in other films, so that's kind of nice to see in modern films, and this one is definitely no exception. And in terms of the action, like I said before, it's not full heavy on the action, but I feel like the direction here is what really saves it. I feel like Antoine Fuqua definitely knows what he's trying to do in terms of the direction and how he wants to open a film and how he wants to end a film and how he wants to do what's in the middle of the film. Like, I feel like he definitely does do a solid job with direction. I honestly feel like Denzel Washington's character should be feared more, because no one seems to fear this guy. Like, if I was a bad guy, if I was interacting with him, then yeah, I would definitely be afraid. So I don't know, I just kind of find it weird. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, some enemies can definitely be afraid of John Wick, but I don't know. They just, I don't know. So yeah, these movies might not be necessarily as popular as other action franchises, but I feel like they're fun enough. They are heavy on story, but they are quite brutal if people come for brutal action. This film is no exception, and I think it's a great way to send off the series. It is the supposed final chapter, and I feel like they saved the best for last here. It's definitely no John Wick Chapter 4 by any means necessary, but I feel like it has just enough to give audiences what they want to see if they did, you know, love this franchise so much that it will be sad when the series concludes. And it's not like emotional or anything like that. It's just entertaining, and most of it is. It has a slow pace, but a lot of the action does pay off. So if that's what fans come to see, then they won't be disappointed. for someone who wasn't that big into the franchise, who hasn't seen it at first, I'd say this is definitely a supposed conclusion that I can say definitely works out well in the end. Pretty solid start for the beginning of the fall season, so hopefully we'll have more movies like that, and hopefully not everything that was coming out this fall will be pushed all the way back to next year. Hopefully there'll be some. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Ward out.